Okay, let's get this thing started.
Yeah, that was a great video recording. Hey, welcome to A Black Screen by Cinemaholics.
Yeah.
Do you like vague lighting?
Well, okay, so here's what we're doing. Maverick and I just watched Black Panther. It's Tuesday, February 13th.
Why are you giving them the date?
This is, well, because so that they know. Like, we haven't read reviews. We don't know what the world really thinks about Black Panther yet, aside from rumors.
You also could have said that.
That's true. Okay.
Why is the date so specific?
Well, because the movie comes out February 6th.
It is 9:31 p.m. The moon is waning crescent.
Yes, it is. All right. Is this a one-way street? Or is
Probably.
We're just going to take a risk here.
All right, Cinemaholics, here's what's happening. Only reason I agreed to doing this weird thing that John wants us to do, which I'm actually very excited for, but what I'm most excited for is for you to hear him struggle with driving so much, because he does this every time.
Maverick deals with this a lot. Yeah, so we wanted to do this review for you guys, for those of you who just can't wait to hear our thoughts on the main show of Cinemaholics, and I know some of you are curious what we look like, so congrats, now you know.
Yeah, you can see us real well.
Yeah,
You got a
under dead of night.
Perfect idea for what we look like.
All right, Black Panther is the 17th Marvel Cinematic Universe film. It stars Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o, so many other people. It was directed by Ryan Coogler. Maverick, have you seen Ryan Coogler's other films?
I don't know who that is.
He directed Fruitvale Station and Creed.
Nope.
Okay, so Maverick's really caught up. Coogler is a fantastic director, and after this movie, I think it's safe to say he's one of the best directors we have in Hollywood. Am I turning right here? What am I doing?
No, go straight.
Go straight? Okay, we're doing it. Let's go. See, I can follow directions. I do this right. This thing is moving. Okay, there we go. So anyway, we just saw Black Panther. Maverick, what did you think of Black Panther?
I thought it was great. I really, really enjoyed it. It was, for being a longer movie, it did not feel like it.
Yeah, it was over 2 hours.
And that's usually a good sign for me, because I'm usually one of the first people to get bored and be like, come on, let's get this moving.
You weren't even a little antsy in your seat. I feel like I was gripped. I was really having a great...
I was into it the whole time.
Oh, it's a great theater experience. I don't think we have to sell anybody on watching this movie. Is that
No, I'm pretty sure everyone's ready for what's about to happen.
So you know that, okay, we both like the movie. That's kind of, whatever. Let's talk about things we liked and didn't like. Things that I liked was that Wakanda is just one of the coolest new fantasy science fiction locations we've gotten in a movie in a while.
Yeah.
Right?
100%. I agree. It was beautiful too.
Such a
so
cool
well designed. It was just like, I don't often see things in fictional movies and go, man, I really want to go there. Because I'm so aware of how fictional it is.
You're too down to earth for stuff like that.
And this one I was like, man, I really want to be there. But then like all the same time I was like, I would stand out so poorly there that would not work out very well for me.
You would be the Martin Freeman of that movie, yes.
Yes.
What a fascinating milestone this movie is. It's it's a predominantly African American cast, and directed by an African American, and it's just we don't get movies like that, let alone one where the centerpiece is a mainstream black superhero who is heroic, and there's no you mentioned this before the movie. It's not like Blade. It's not like Spawn or Hancock. This isn't an anti-hero.
No, this is a full-on,
like
full of honor,
inspiring,
struggling with the right decisions, like total good hero,
front and center in the movie. So I love that about the film, what it represents. I think most of the world does, and if you don't, then I think you should still give the movie a chance and open your mind a bit. So anyway. Things I disliked.
I like a sneaky little jab.
Just throwing things around. Things I didn't like, you know what, and we can't get into specific spoilery stuff, but I didn't love the third act.
Really?
Yeah, I loved the conceit of it, and we can't say anything specific, but I think it could have been a little bit more dramatic and triumphant. The very end is very triumphant. They end it at the very end perfectly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, I will agree with you that I think the pacing in the third act was slower than the rest. Like, it kind of...
Things can happen fast.
We tapped the brake pedals a little bit to finish off, but I wasn't bothered by that. I mean, it was a little bit slower, but I wouldn't count that as a dislike. It's just something I more so noticed.
I was just a little bit, like, feeling underwhelmed almost.
I think the only thing I would have wanted more from the the third act, the end of the movie, would be that the final arrival battle, the big fight, I wanted a little bit more from that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Only because the first few, especially that first one, was so fantastic.
All the set pieces are really good. And that goes into another thing. I don't think the action and action choreography is all that impressive for the most part. Except for some spots here and there. Some spots here and there, like there's a really good one-take shot in towards the end of the first act. It's like the first big set piece involving Black Panther and two of the supporting characters, and they're in this like casino or whatever. And there's a great one-take of that action scene. So that was an exception. I thought it was really impressive.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you did not like yourself?
You know what? For being the hater that I normally am, I don't have a lot of complaints right now. None that I can really think of. No, I think everyone.
There's way more to praise.
Yeah, there's just so much to praise. And I guess even though I usually complain about things, I'm not as fine detailed nitpicky as I think you and Will can be at times. So I really don't. I don't have a lot of complaints to think of right now. Maybe by the time we record the main episode, I'll have more to say. But
sure, and I think maybe the second time you watch it, I feel like that's when you kind of figure out like what you really think about the movie.
And I liked it so much, I'm probably going to see it again this week with my wife when it comes out in full-fledged.
Oh, you have a wife?
I do have a wife. Everyone knows that. I've talked about my wife before.
Yeah, but some people might not remember.
Well, if you're new, I have a wife. There you go.
Nailed it.
You're just going to turn right on our street.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're doing well. We're getting there.
Anyway, sorry. I think everyone... Like, the casting was fantastic. Everyone did a great job in the performances.
Great job.
I think Michael B. Jordan's one of the better villains I've seen in a long time.
Especially in Marvel films.
Yeah,
he was
absolutely.
a great villain.
He makes that stupid God thing from Justice League look like a marshmallow.
Yeah, those scars. Yeah, man, he had a presence. He's worked with Ryan Coogler
Was he in Creed?
Yeah, he was the main character.
Yeah, okay.
He was also the main character in Fruitvale Station.
Oh, cool.
So he and Coogler have done it again. You know what? I do have one little complaint. It's not even a complaint. It might require another viewing to fully wrap my head around. But there were a lot of themes in the movie, some very interesting ones. There's this theme about like conservatism, like holding on to traditions versus, revolutionizing and changing things. There were really cool things in that, but I didn't think that it meshed really well with the arc of T'Challa's story. T'Challa's story is all about how do you rule? How are you a king? I mean, I guess in that sense it connects, but there's also this like the whole point of his character is he has to figure out like should he kill his prisoners, basically. It's something we've seen in a lot of movies before, and I didn't think there was anything particularly refreshing about what they do here. It's very standard, very by the book, and I don't know how I feel about that yet. It might be fine because I think so much of the rest of the movie is inventive that it is nice to have something like that to cling on to and to celebrate in this sort of like, in a movie that is so bold in its vision, that I think maybe the writing is okay there, but I don't know. What do you think, Mav?
That didn't bother me because I think the Michael B. Jordan's villain is such a good opposite to that.
Yeah.
That again, I think with T'Challa being such a fundamental kind of like by the book guy, and Michael B. Jordan's character being so different.
Yeah.
I think that contrast worked for me to the point.
I think T'Challa too was like more in the middle, to be fair.
Yeah, because it was like his dad was like the true, fundamental. Yeah. He was kind of like figuring out where he wanted to be because he had desires to be on both sides. But I think I can't remember what's Michael B. Jordan's character's name.
Eric Stevens / Killmonger.
His I was thinking of his Wakandan name, but yeah.
Oh, like they just said like son of Njobu or something like that. I don't know if I can.
So Killmonger.
Yeah.
I just think he was such a great contrast because he did like a really cool way, the film did a really good job at like addressing kind of like the struggles of African Americans in the country in like almost a sneaky way, right?
No doubt.
Like, and I think that was a really cool thing that
it all
Killmonger-
works.
Yeah.
You know, the way, like, all of the stuff about oppression and about, like, this movie's about something.
Yeah. for
And
sure.
not a lot of these superhero movies, especially Marvel, are ever about something that I think is this relevant and important. And so that's why I think a lot of people are going to be coming out of this movie feeling very empowered and inspired. And, like, that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to, like, as the movie rolls out, yeah.
Yeah. And like, you know, being a white male in America, I personally, you know, obviously haven't had to experience a lot of the themes that are represented in this movie, but I think this movie does a great job of painting a picture for someone like me
Yeah.
to kind of get a window into that I might not know otherwise. And I think, you know, that offers great value to the audience, right? Like,
Yeah, I connected big time with T'Challa as a Puerto Rican who I kind of feel insulated sometimes culturally because, you know, I don't feel the like I don't feel like the struggles, but I also, you know, I kind of live in a world where my needs are met, and I wonder, like, am I doing enough for other people who aren't as fortunate as I am?
Yeah.
You know, like, we all have some sort of semblance of privilege, and this movie addresses that in a way that definitely got me thinking. So, you know,
in an approachable way, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think anyone can go away
nothing about it's preachy.
Yeah, it's just a way where I think anyone can walk away and be like, yeah, like they talked about this, and maybe I should think about it more, right? Or I don't know. I feel like we're getting
Deep, man.
we're getting a little deep here.
That's what the drive home is about.
Yeah, I would never say this in a normal episode.
I think it's just being on video. It's got you like feeling.
I'm
it.
not on video because it's a black screen
That's what we need to start doing, is a silhouette of you, like your
with a
deep
voice
throat.
changer. Yeah. Material witness. I'm in WITSEC moving
The
forward.
performances were great.
Bill Action is hunting me. I need to be in WITSEC.
Yeah. So anyway, Black Panther. For me, it was 4 stars out of 5, which is a B plus A minus. I'll have a
Is
final
that your
grade in
personal
review
grade?
out. Yeah.
What's with the stars? What are you
Well,
changing it on?
because I put it on Letterboxd, so that's where my head's at. Is that too much?
No, I was just curious.
I feel like I'm throwing you off guard a little bit.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
kinda. I gotta get to the.
I thought for a second you said, what kinda?
No. I was gonna ask, are we gonna do like initial grades and then see if they change for the?
Yeah,
video?
we'll see if they change. That's where I'm at right now.
What was it again? Sorry.
4 stars, which is a B plus. B for Black Panther. What about you?
I'm gonna go A minus as my initial grade.
All right. Maybe
You
I'll.
know what? No.
Maybe I'll be
No.
up to an A minus.
It's an A.
It's an A for Matt.
It's an A for. Is that my first A of the year?
A for Avengers. Oh yeah, by far. Like, you've barely had any B's.
Oh yeah, because I've been tortured for 2 months now.
Yeah.
I'm confused because I've seen so many movies from last year in this first few
Right,
weeks
yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to catch up for the Oscars that I was like, wait, which ones? But yeah, this will definitely be my first day of the year if I hold true on the main episode. This
Yeah.
is a preliminary judgment.
I think it's the first blockbuster of 2018, and I think it's one of the first truly great films of the year, and I won't be surprised if it makes a lot of top 10 lists by the end of the year. You know, there was one other thing I didn't mention. There is a character in this movie, Black Panther, who changes on a dime in terms of like motivations. Do you know who I'm talking about? I don't want to give anything away.
I think I know who you're talking about.
That was another thing that I found kind of odd. I'm going to be paying close attention for it the next time I watch the movie, which is hopefully soon. So, but okay. Well, we're
it.
here. We made it home. This is our first ever drive home review. I don't know what we're actually going to call this.
We stole this from the church that I used to work at.
No, lots of people do this, man. Not just churches.
Whatever, man.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching and listening. We'll
Mostly
come
just
out.
listening because there's a good chance none of you are going to see this video.
Yeah, these shadows of us. Don't forget, we're going to be doing our full review of Black Panther. Later this week, we're going to be recording, of course, with Will Ashton and a special guest to be announced. And we'll see you then. I wonder what Will thinks about this movie.
I don't know.
No predictions?
No predictions
You
at
want to
all.
put yourself out there?
No, not with. You can never tell with him, man.
I think Will's gonna give the movie. I think he's gonna be the same as me. I think he's gonna give it a B plus.
I think he's gonna give it a D.
A D.
Yeah. Because
D for.
there wasn't enough Garfield references.
Oh, for D for Jim Davis.
How do you do that on the fly so quick?
I don't know. I don't know where I am right now. All
Bye,
right, we'll see you
everybody.
next time.